Welcome to Capri. At Capri Restaurant, Fortitude Valley, we specialize in Italian cuisine. We are fully licensed. We offer an intimate, friendly and family experience, but are also available for group bookings and functions. We have free Wi-Fi and open for lunch and dinner 6 days a week in the Emporium Center.
Is hockey attractive enough sport at the moment?
Look, I think there's a couple of things that are happening in the sport. You know, one thing for me about that I look at our sport is you got under sixes through to over 70s. You know, everyone plays, and that was a source of comfort for me growing up. That I'd go exactly what Beck said. You go down in the morning, you play your under 15 game, then you play your reserve grade game, and then if they were short, you might have run on for the A grade, and your mum and dad and everyone would be there and having lunch there, and once you finish, you're over on the other fields, and there was just this involvement in what you were doing, and it was almost like a security that everyone was around, and it was a social event. And I think one of the things, and I know in the environment here, that we don't have that social event in Brisbane hockey to the value that you do in the country centres. You know, it's and even playing in Perth, you know, they've got a magnificent stadium there that you play your game, and I know my wife Samantha, she would play probably beforehand, you'd meet and you'd have a drink and go out for a meal afterwards, but you'd all sit there and enjoy the hockey.
Yeah,
you didn't have, the atmosphere.
The festival.
You didn't want to go anywhere else because all your friends were there and all your teammates were there, and it was quite a good environment. And I just think now that there's a disconnect between the family environment in the hockey, and it seems to be widening, that I see too often that the kids will be dropped off and then the parents come and pick them up, and there's no real social event now in the city, in the city centres of the sport. Now, whether it's becoming more expensive and that is what is driving people away, and it is an expensive sport now. Let's not shirk around what one of the main issues are for us, but I think we've just lost that. We've got a little disconnect in that at the moment.
I definitely think the decentralisation of having to go here, there and all over the place doesn't, it's not conducive to what Lee was talking about at all. They've got to work a little bit harder in trying to create different ways of connecting people as well. I think that it's there, it's just not like it used to be.
I definitely find when, like East, we play at home, and they try and organise it that the East Div 1 men and women play at the same venue, a game after each other, but then they also try and do the 2s and 3s either side of us, so Div 1 men and women play back to back, and I feel like that's a really good cultural sort of experience for the entire East club, but it's still not getting those juniors involved and watching as much as what you would do in a country sort of environment. I still feel like we need to have some junior games backing onto those as well, so that they're sticking around. They're playing on the grass fields while they're waiting for the next match, and then they're going and watching the big matches. But I think it needs to be, I don't know, a little bit more.
Yeah, we don't have the perfect world, and to me the best club competition is the Dutch, and because they have the riches of every club has 3 or 4 artificial turfs. You look at Rotterdam, it's just this massive big astroturf field. But they have that social family connect, because that, to your point about having it's centralised for the club. So all the grades will play at these venues, and whether it be home or away, they all, it's easy to get around obviously, but that is the perfect world scenario, and I don't ever imagine that we'll get to that point.
Welcome to Capri. At Capri Restaurant, Fortitude Valley, we specialize in Italian cuisine. We are fully licensed. We offer an intimate, friendly and family experience, but are also available for group bookings and functions. We have free Wi-Fi and open for lunch and dinner 6 days a week in the Emporium Center.